Hello. Today is Democracy Day in Nigeria, and it's May 29th, 2018, a very significant day for Nigeria. In exactly 365 days, we're going to elect a president. It could be the old president, it could be a new one. I'm rooting for Yele Sowore. Nigeria has developed a lot of negativity. Many of us have developed negativity. It's not unusual. People are bitter, people are fighting. There's a lot of anger everywhere. That anger, I have part of it. You have part of it. Social media has caused a lot of it before social media came. Many things didn't happen. I'm Kemi Omololu. I'm a Nigerian journalist, pharmacist, and PR specialist. Those are what I studied in school. They call me an activist, and they call me a feminist. I don't actually call myself those. People call me those. However, I want to explain something to you. I started social media in 1989 on AOL, American Online. I went into my space and I had 300,000 people there. I was not a journalist. I was just a pharmacist and a social media personality of sorts. Andrew McCollum came to me and said, "We like you, Kemi. Can you come and be a beta tester for us at Facebook?" And that summer at Harvard University, I went there. I taught some courses there, and I was beta testing for them. I met everybody there. I met the twins, and I also met Mark Zuckerberg. These were young kids. In 2003, I've been January 2004. And we got on social media and we were testing Facebook. In 2006, they rolled it out to the public. And I had one friend, Glenda Day Dunlap. She's still my friend on Facebook till today, and I still haven't met her, and I will meet her. Glenda and I will fight inside that Facebook page. Imagine, this is a page that takes 5,000 now. We'll fight, we'll argue. There was another person there. Glenda came from MySpace. We'll talk, then we'll fight, then we'll go to work. We'll come back, we'll go back into Facebook. And today I have 7,000 followers and 5,000 always full. Today, I may have 85,000 on Facebook fan page, verified, but my stuff reaches 4 million, according to their analytics. I met a lot of people, different people across the world, different Nigerians. Well, one thing I know is that when I meet people in real life, this is not the Kemi they know. She's very nice. Your demeanor on social media is very different from your demeanor in real life. And this is why I'm saying that many of us have become haters on social media. Things we wouldn't say in person, we will write it on social media. And that's exactly why I'm doing this broadcast. 100 million naira. That's what Hushpuppi is going to be giving me. Ha 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 ha, right? Would you say you're sorry to someone just because they're going to give you 100 million naira, or they're going to give you any money? I don't care what it is. No, you don't do those things for money. If you could do everything for money, by now I would have done prostitution a long time ago. I would have been a prostitute, not on the streets, but high class, a call girl. Do you know what a call girl is? Do you know how many politicians in Abuja like me? Some of them say they like me because I'm a strong woman. Some of them have just wanted me to be their girlfriends. I don't, because one, I'm Kemi Olunloyo. I'm a very classy lady. I don't need to be your girlfriend. If I have to mention some big names, I don't have to be your girlfriend. If you're going to give me my birthday gift, give it to me. But I'm not going to be a side chick. You have a wife at home. I want a husband. There are many things I wouldn't do for money. Would I apologize for money? Linda Ikeji. Linda and I have had a feud forever. Some of you don't even know what this feud is about. Let's give an example. The average person out here taking Linda's Panadol for her headache, cursing me on my pages, the average one of you is 25. 12 years ago, how old were you? 13. Did you know Linda at 13? No, you were a kid. In 2005, I came home. I went back, and I came back in 2006 for a wedding. Diola Olunloyo, my cousin, was marrying a high-profile OAP, Dan Foster of Cool FM. Dan was the thing then, an American, good-looking, big wedding. My uncle, Uncle DT, he's dead now. And all the Olunloyos had prepared this big wedding. Food, cows, everything. And Diola was going to get married, high society. Remember, this is 2006. Facebook just came out. Nobody was on it. Twitter just came out. No one was on it. So there wasn't all this live stuff, hashtag stuff. But it was a wedding. And I came from America. About 2.5 weeks before the wedding, everything was canceled. Foods was wasted. Cows, everything. What happened? What could have happened? Diola broke up with Dan because Dan was having an affair. And he was caught in the affair. With who? The bride's side was mad with a model. The model's name was Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji was the one that had an affair with Dan Foster. We begged Diola to just let it go. You know, Bachelor's Eve, they do their last stuff and then they become husband. She wouldn't have it. She just thought it was just a bad thing that would start her marriage up. Okay, so we wasted all the food and everything, but I did not give up. I was a journalist in America. I came home, I was just bitter. Very bitter for my niece. Adiola is doing well. She's a journalist as well. If you know her well, she does a lot of health and wellness stuff. Lagos Television. She works for NGOs. She does a lot. You can search her online. Very low profile. I was personally mad that I went to talk to the tabloids, Global Excellence City people, and I bashed this model. Remember, you guys were 13 and 12. That's why when I remember Linda's age then, 12 years ago, and they say she's 36, the Linda I knew in those days was not, 36 minus 12, she'd be 24. She wasn't 24, she was older than that. So that's why I always say she's 42. And that's a Wikipedia age. Every tiny thing I'll get on Linda. I went to the tablets and told her that she was a home wrecker. I was very, very sad for Diola. I was very bitter. Then Dan started dating her. When you wreck somebody's house, you cannot get away with that because God will punish you. What happened next when Dan was dating Linda was the relationship didn't work out. Linda talked to the Punch around that time. The Punch article should still be online. I have it, but it should still be online. And the article went, I was very miserable with Dan Foster. The relationship was so miserable, she left. But this is what happens when you wreck somebody's home. So they broke up. Dan went on his own, married, had kids. Diola went on her own. Linda went on her own. So she became a blogger in 2006. And I remember her saying on channels when she started doing well in blogging, I am the first Nigerian to blog ever in the world. I became a journalist before I became a blogger. 1994 journalism. And then 1999, something called Pyra. We used to write on it, articles. And then Pyra was sold to Google. And Google changed the name to Blogger. And then Blogger was the interface that everybody blogs with, including Linda. I was one of the top 10 pioneer bloggers in the United States. And Linda said she was following my footsteps. Although many people didn't know me, they knew some of my entertainment blogs. It's nice to have people follow your footsteps. I don't blog today. I haven't blogged for 2 years. 1 year I was in prison there. And the year before I don't. I'm a journalist at Right News. So, what happened next? Someone that looked up to me, I just started noticing Linda slipping. Slipping means writing stories that are very aggressively not researched. Linda, you're a blogger, you're not a journalist. You're not supposed to be investigating. Linda was paying people to find information for her. Some of that information was wrong. Celebrities were hurt. She dragged a lot of people. She hurt lives. At that point, she kept on blogging. I went my way. People said I was taking Panadol for DLS headache. I left them all alone. When I left Canada, after I was deported for antagonizing gun laws, I came back to Nigeria. And what I got was a story that I was threatening bloggers in Nigeria with guns. I had a picture of an M16 rifle, American war rifle, that we seized. I said we seized it in someone's house in Toronto, Canada, because I was a gun violence activist there. At the end of the year, the chief of police of Toronto has the chief of police dinner. And at the dinner, they display the weapon seized. And I was carrying that particular gun. I took a photo with it. I don't know where Linda got it from, somewhere on my page. But I yapped a blogger. And I said, these Nigerian bloggers are bullshit. And the word Nigerian bloggers trended. So if you type in Nigerian bloggers on hashtag Twitter, it'll bring you all the tweets from 2013. Try it. And Linda just fired up a story. Kemi Olunloyo threatens bloggers with her guns. What? Linda, you may not know till today. That story you wrote, police came in here, almost raiding my house to see if I stashed guns here. I'm a gun owner in America, and we're allowed to bring guns from America, as long as we clear it with the police and customs and all that, and we get a license for it. Nigeria has no 911 or 999. You're on your own. I mean, fast forward here what Danjuma is saying, we must protect ourselves or we'll all die. But it was not a real story. It was not true. Linda damaged my name. She damaged my brand. And then Splash FM called me. Everybody was doing interviews. I had to clarify her. She didn't know this. I went to Splash FM, did a profile interview, and also told them I didn't have guns in my house. I was very upset. I was very bitter. I was bitter. My name was ruined the minute I stepped out of the plane here, Linda. You ruined my reputation. And nobody ever liked me again. Because you said I was going to kill people. And what did she do? Linda tweeted me, and I have that tweet. You can Google that tweet, Linda Ikeji's tweet. He, Madam KOO, and I just started to like you. All right, I will not blog about you again, never. Very sarcastic apology. Many people said it was wrong for her to even apologize like that for something so serious. What did Linda do? She kept her promise and never, ever blogged about me again. At that time, Wizkid was fighting her and other stars to take their names off her blog. Fights left and right in 2013 with Linda and 2014. But they didn't succeed. I succeeded because she knew something about me could open a can of worms. And those can of worms was DLS marriage. I did not relent. I did an audio of how she broke DLS marriage up. The audio went viral. I still have it. Linda kept quiet, never blogged about me again because I had secrets to how she wrecked homes. After that, Stella Dimoko Kirker spoke to me in Canada. I then decided to look at Stella's conversation we had before I came home. Linda did a lot of things. When I talked to Stella, Stella didn't tell me to keep this secret. She told me simple. Stella called me from Germany. And what Linda said, I'm going to try and control myself. Stella told me what amounts to gossip. Stella told me that Linda has broken a lot of lives. And that Linda was just breaking people up left and right. That Uche Pedro was dating D'banj. And Linda broke them up by just lying on Uche, that Uche slept with Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu is a singer, a rapper. And then D'banj dumped Uche and Linda started going with D'banj. Stella told me this. You know, I thought I saw fights when Nicole Bitchie, Angel Laws, Sandra Rose, all the bloggers in America were fighting real hard. That was nothing compared to what I'm hearing with the Nigerian bloggers. And these are the top bloggers. Uche forgave her and started doing stories about her and things. Uche Pedro is now Uche Eze. Uche is Bella Niger. I heard Stella's Instagram page was yanked by Instagram because Linda reported for something. I don't know. I heard Zetbra was taken off because Linda reported a copyright. I heard Linda took down Peace Ben Williams, another blogger, an Abuja blogger, took down her YouTube because she did a documentary about Linda, a 1-hour documentary. And I saw that documentary. It was nothing inflammatory, but just flagged it down. Linda somehow copyrighted her name and everything. I don't know. But she became an enemy of everybody in the industry. And this is not even media. This is bloggers. I just happen to be a journalist. There's not a lot of journalists who are bloggers and bloggers who are journalists. I'm just an exception. And for me to be one of the top 10 pioneer bloggers, but I'm from Nigeria, I like to celebrate Nigerian bloggers. When I came home, the Nigerian Tribune gave me a job, and I was an entertainment reporter for music. So I decided to do a feature on social media. I could do what I want at the Tribune. The Tribune did me very well. They know my circumstance. I just got deported, no job, nothing. So I wanted to do an article to celebrate all the bloggers, the top 10 Nigerian female bloggers. I started calling everybody. I started trying to get in touch with Uche via email. I called Stella in Germany. The first thing Stella told me is that don't put me in that story. I said, why? It's the Tribune, major newspaper. It's good for your rep, for your profile. Stella Demoka Carcass told me I should not add her if Linda is going to be in the list. But Linda has to be in the list. She's the top blogger. I'm not doing top 10 as in number 1, number 2, I'm just going to mix everybody together. I'm on that list too. It's just like how Industry Magazine did in Canada. The top 10 most powerful women in entertainment in Toronto. I was on the list. Lisa Prasad was also on the list. She's the owner of the magazine and she's very powerful. She's the one that brings all the American artists over to Canada for concerts. So it's not like she's going to put top 10, number 1, number 2. No, she mixed them. Linda's presence on the magazine list, on the newspaper list, was a no-no for Stella. Then the second blogger on the list that I wanted said no. Third, no. I'm not going to mention them on this broadcast, but 3 top prominent Nigerian bloggers did not want to be on a list. I said, hey, is it because it's Nigerian Tribune? What if it was CNN? All of you will be on the list with Linda. And they said no. CNN did a story about Linda this past week. From gossip to media mogul. Linda, we're happy for you. I opened Linda Ikeji Social. I opened an account, the red Facebook, I call it. In fact, somebody opened it in my email and I was mad, and that made news too. And they canceled it, and I have an account there. I mean, I have been there in a long time, plus I was in prison. But I patronized her. So this hate for Linda has just been there. Everybody's enemy, da-da-da. It's not unusual for me to describe somebody, like when Mrs. Alakija was sitting down, her whole body's light skin, her knees were black. I said, oh, that woman has a lot of money. What's with the knees? We need to bleach them. And Linda's knees were black also in a picture. And I said, Linda Ikeji, you need to bleach this. I was just giving her advice. Her fans went off. Her fans attack me. But really, I don't care. News is news. You have to report news. When all these celebrities said Linda was dragging them down, there's two things about dragging somebody down. When you're doing entertainment news, I am a journalist. I did not study mass communications. Okay? Nige.com calls me self-acclaimed journalist. Punch apologized for calling me that. Pulse apologized. Punch changed it. They didn't apologize, they changed all of it. But I'm going to court to sue people. Nige is still calling me self-acclaimed journalist, and bloggers will syndicate their stories and call me self-acclaimed journalist. It's like see you in court very soon to some of you. But if you're syndicating stories, don't call me self-acclaimed journalist. I did not study mass communication. I studied journalism, broadcast journalism. It's different. Many people don't know that. Dele Momodu is not a journalist. He's a magazine publisher. He didn't study mass communications or journalism. He studied English. Many people are called titles where they're not. Linda is not a journalist. Her Facebook page calls her a journalist. She's a blogger. Facebook has a category for blogger now, whoever is posting the story up there. Bloggers are supposed to log the web. The web, W-E-B, if you know what that is, World Wide Web, that's the internet. Login means to log something. Take little chunks of it and put it in a bigger form. L-O-G-G-E-R, web logger. They log the web. In other words, they'll go into CNN and see a story about a man from Mali who lives in France who rescued a boy dangling. CNN wrote the story. So what you do is you copy some of the CNN story, you paste it on your blog, and you start like saying a story that CNN reported about a man in Mali who lives in France and rescued a boy dangling has surfaced. The president of France is giving him a citizenship to reward him with his bravery. And then the rest of the CNN story joins that. And because you didn't write it, you have to go on the bottom and put source CNN. Linda didn't do that. She was copying and pasting stories. And she was making up stories. It's one thing to blog. And it's one thing to syndicate. I want to teach blogging. I've made it known. But I might change that now. What is happening and why I'm going around this apology is because I want you to understand what happened here. I'm very hurt. Very, very hurt. My name was dragged in the mud. My brand was destroyed before I could even start it. When you log in the web, you have to be careful, and you credit those that you stole their pictures, or you took their pictures, or you saved their pictures, or you downloaded their image. Source CNN. Credit Instagram if you took it from their Instagram page. It's a must when you're blogging because you only log in the web. Log in the web. Web login. They took the W-E out of the web, and the rest is blogging. Web login, blogging. That's how the word started. I'm a pioneer blogger, and that's why I'm explaining all this to you. Well, my dear Linda, when you're sourcing stories, you must credit people. What Linda was doing most of the time was reporting things that were not real. Celebrities in Nigeria, wake up, because I'm no longer going to be doing any kind of entertainment story. I'm not doing any kind of Nigerian news beginning tomorrow morning. I've changed my profile on Twitter. I'm doing U.S. news, lifestyles, health, and opinion. Because I heard your voice is loud. Linda's fans, I heard you loud and clear. Leave Linda alone. Leave Tiwa alone. The conversations I had with Shayla will shock you, because most of what happened between Shayla and I, he said it on Channels Entertainment, was caused by you, the fans, and the bloggers. You stirred the pot too hot. and you added things that didn't happen. Sheila's baby was obese. She was fat. She was chubby. And I spoke out because of what I told Tiana Taylor about hers. Babies develop fat, they lose it, whatever. And then it became a war of words. I was inside the prison. Something was written. I came out, read something that was not written well. Came back. She explained it on channels. And you all heard it. At the end of the day, the fans and the bloggers fueled it. Before I know it, they said Hushpuppi took my side over the Linda thing, which he didn't. Before I know it, Hushpuppi demands Kemi apologize to Linda. I read Hushpuppi's write-up. He said he wanted us to embrace each other, empower women together, and I should issue an apology because of what I said about the 100,000. Well, let me tell you what I said about that 100,000. If you go to facebook.com/HN in Africa, my page, I did a broadcast today, 2 broadcasts. The second one, 2 hours. At the end of that broadcast, I listed the names of everybody that donated money to me when I came out of prison. I had a goal. I did not make the goal. I was trying to raise 7 million initially. I raised close to 1 million. These donations were 5, 10, 1K, 20K, and 6 celebrities who gave 100 and 200K. The names are a lot of 1 and 2,000. Sahara reporters who ran this campaign said a lot of people left because he forgave the pastor. So were they my fans after all? They weren't. So when you're getting 900,000, 1 million naira in donations, and your hospital bill is 700,000, and you're getting a lot of 1,000 nairas, that's a lot of people, a lot of fans. And I told the Punch, I said, the donations were tiny, but it was a lot of fans. And I really appreciate all of you that donated to me when I left in January. Linda Ikeji apologized for saying I was trying to kill bloggers with my guns. My house was raided. My brand was destroyed. And I said I was going to sue herself, that now that she has an empire, I can sue her empire. I said that 3 days ago. I'm just very, very harmed right now. Many of the celebrities that complained about Linda, I told them squarely that she's doing her job. It's entertainment news. If you're a celebrity, your life ain't private. News is news. My first cousin, who I didn't know, because I left this country at 14, he was a newborn. Akikunle Olunloyo, he was in the news for 40 million naira fraud. Turns out that him and 3 people borrowed 40 million naira, 10 million. They wanted to do a project, they didn't do it. They shared the money. Apparently, allegedly, they shared the money, that's 10 million each. And then when it was time to catch them because they didn't do the project and they didn't pay the bank back, shouldn't everybody pay 10 million back? No, they ran away, fled out of the country, and he was arrested. And he paid 26 million back. My uncle, my late uncle, paid 26 million back, while he was the one that was arrested and given the bad name. When that came out, I told Lillian to take it down from Instablog Nigeria because the comments were so hurtful to my family. Everybody was reading it. Scam family, look at them, blah, blah, blah. It was hurtful. And we didn't know who this guy was. Turned out to be my father's brother's son. Uncle Shegun died in October. He was buried in December. Uncle Shegun Olunloyo, my father's brother, had 3 children when I left Nigeria at 14. My auntie Joko had 2 left when we were died, the oldest one. When I came back from Nigeria, Uncle Shegun had divorced Auntie Joko and had married 3 more wives and had 10 children. Akikunle is one of them. So how am I supposed to know them? My own thing was that, Daddy, my name is everywhere that my brother and your name. My father got upset. And my father had to call out the papers, call his lawyer. He's filing suit on a lot of people now. Not just that, the radio stations who review papers, the television stations who review papers. Morayo Afolabi Brown, Director of Programs at TVC, Your View TVC host, I woke Mariah up at 4 a.m. I woke Ngozi Alegbu up, all the newscasters at 4, 5, because I know that's when they're getting ready. And I said, when you're reviewing papers, you better not mention it because it's not my brother and it's not my father's son. I'm still trying to find out who he is, but he's definitely going to be a cousin. My name was tarnished. But the point I'm trying to give there is that news is news, if in fact it did it. So Nation came and told me what is the correct story, and I did an interview with the Nation after I was briefed by my dad that he had paid some of it, his Shegun's son, blah blah blah. Then the Nation changed the headline and all the bloggers changed their headlines. How my cousin was duped of 40 million. What I'm saying is news is news. If Linda reports something about the celebrity, it's news, entertainment news. But Linda should not report something wrong about a celebrity, like Kemi is trying to kill people with her guns, like Whiskey did this, or some celebrity. I don't know the details of many of them, but they said he dragged her and did this. So why can't Linda be reported? Why would you say Linda? Leave Linda alone. Leave her alone. So Linda went and made fun of Mayowa Ahmed. Mayowa's case really hurt me. Mayowa had a disease that could have potentially been saved if not for the poor health system in our country. When Mayowa said it was when Linda said it was a scam, oh, do you know what Linda's mouth can do to your brand? The same thing she did to me, she did it to that girl, and she was sick and dying with bones in her body. I started a GoFundMe this morning because I've been having a hard time from Nigeria, only to find out that they don't operate in Nigeria. It's blocked, and they're not approved of Nigeria yet. Maybe they've had problems. But my son wanted that account set up for me. He wanted an account to help me fight PTSD, to help me revive my business. I lost $5 million. To fight PTSD, to help me build my business back, to improve my health and wellness, get an apartment, and go and apply for my Social Security benefits. Benefits that America will give you if you've paid into the system. When you become sick, disabled, retired, or even if you die, your children will be given those benefits. SSI is what I want to get. Social Security insurance. Because mentally, I'm fighting a mental illness. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. A flashback of a traumatic event. When Becky died in the prison, she was 9 months pregnant. She went into labor at 5 a.m. There were only 2 wardresses and 1 left. The new ones hadn't arrived, and it was chaos. The inmates were going to smash everything. Becky started bleeding. Blood, water, someone that wants to deliver a baby. The baby had died inside her. They didn't come in time. There was no ambulance till 9. And the blood was everywhere, and she's HIV positive. It was chaos that day, and I watched this girl die. Her blood was infected. Nobody knew until she died. They now came and had a meeting with us female inmates that she was one of the 38 that was HIV positive there. 75 inmates, females, 38 HIV positive. When we went to the health fair, they disclosed that. That caused a lot of fights between some people there, calling themselves HIV and just stuff, and nobody knew who was who. That's the kind of surroundings I was living. That's the kind of surroundings Linda Ikeji made fun, telling the punch that I was languishing in prison, and she sent me 100,000 when there was nobody to help me. There were a lot of people to help me, Linda. There was a lot. There were a lot of people to help me. My bill was 200,000 in magistrate, 1 million in federal. I didn't pay for my lawyers at all. Kayode Ajuda and Eugene Maybe represented me. Kayode represents people free, as long as they're journalist, humanitarian cases, journalist, widow, or student. I was in that jail, that prison, for so many reasons that many of you wouldn't even believe. The third time, the 90 days, I didn't even have a shorty. They wanted a River State employee level 24. I don't even know what the levels are in Nigeria. Who will shorty me when I'm going to flee to America and they will go to prison? They seized my passport. They still haven't given me my passport. My passport was supposed to be given to me in April when they closed the federal case because there's no oral arguments. My lawyers went and they did not sit. The judge postponed it to June. I'm hoping they give me my passport in 2 weeks so I can leave. I can go and rest and get my help. It cost me 50,000 naira every week to go to therapy. I'm supposed to attend therapy twice a week, 100,000 a week. I can only go once a week and I still can afford 200,000 a month. You cannot treat PTSD with medicine. Please read up on it. You can only treat it with a lot of psychotherapy. I wake up in the morning, shower, get back in the bed. They bring the food, I can't eat it. They bring a drink, I can't eat it. I drank Ribena and Lucozade all week. I'm dehydrated. I'm in this bed writing all the stuff I'm writing. I open GoFundMe. This morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, Abby set it up. Abby is one of the agents from GoFundMe because they're working on it for me. $260,000. $260,000 was the goal. My son said she wants to revive her business, but she needs to get treated. These hospital bills are going to be a lot before these benefits are approved. When you get to America, I need a ticket, go there. I need a small place to stay. When you get there, you can apply for SSI. The process can take 2 months, 60 days. They can deny you, you appeal. I know the process. My pharmacy career ended in 2005, technically, because of my back injury, the accident I had at work. They gave me a settlement and I went to activate my SSI because I was disabled. I couldn't stand anymore on the job. SSI denied it, saying that I can sit because I have another degree called journalism and I should be able to sit in the newsroom and work. But would I not stand around and walk around the newsroom? I appealed it. The doctors appealed it with me and we won and they gave me my benefits. That's what I want to go through now again. I have to apply. PTSD is in the DSM-3 and is also in their books there. They just have to have doctors. I have to see doctors over there. I don't have health insurance over there. The only thing I have is a permanent resident that was given to me by a president, 20 years. It expired in 2017. They're going to renew it for me another 20 years. My own is different. Everybody else is 10 years. Mine is alien of exceptional ability because of my fight against drug abuse that I did in Baltimore from 1997 to 2000. Some of you have seen the plaques and the certificates from the governor and the president. So I've lost my train of thoughts. This is one of the things that happens, anxiety. What was I talking about? I don't even remember now. I was talking about my green card. Because I don't have health insurance now, I have to pay. Now, when my benefits are activated, then they can give it to me. If I could get my Social Security benefits here, I would. But I can't. I'm outside the U.S. I have to be in a U.S. territory or in the U.S. Since I came out of prison, I just want to leave and go and rest with my children. My children work hard. There's only so much they can do. Some of you are telling me to go to the celebrities that I knew. How can I go to celebrities that I knew? They weren't my friends. They were people that I worked with. I interviewed Beyonce, so I should go and call Beyonce, help me with my mental bills. That's tacky. No etiquette. And you call me a beggar? And you're thinking like that? You don't think I can call a politician up and say, or call my dad up and say, hey, Dad, Punch asked me that question. What about your dad? My dad's he stole money, right? That he's supposed to give to me. If my father stole money, I wouldn't be asking anyone on the internet for anything. When I ask for donations, I just ask. I don't care who's giving it. My GoFundMe goal is $260,000. Help Kemi fight PTSD. It's online. I will post it. That GoFundMe, $260,000. I don't need Naira. And I don't need it converted to millions of Naira. I just need $260,000 and leave. That goal is to help me with a lot of things. Yeah, I built my business back. I lost 18 years of archives. I lost my website, my domain. Everything I was supposed to do while I was in prison just went in front of me like that. Some of you are saying, what about that pastor? You should direct your anger towards him. I didn't ask that pastor for anything. You're the ones that said that I went out there confessing and he has paid me to say this. He didn't pay me anything, and I didn't ask him for anything. Many pastors in that prison came to me to ask me why he didn't give me the air ticket at least to go home. Why should he? Did I ask? I didn't ask. Pastor Biomi prayed for me in his office before I left Port Harcourt. He took his hand like this and said, Kemi, you're going to be seeing phenomenal things this year. You're going to go from here to here this year. Greater heights. I want you to go and read 2 Timothy. That's what he said. He wanted me to go and read 2 Timothy. The story of how Saul persecuted people and he became Paul. I said, just like you, right? He said, yeah. And that was it for me and Ibiomi. I watch his programs, his church services. I even tweet sometimes on the Ibadan handle. So it's not about who's going to give me what. A lot of you are not good people. You go back behind the door of my DM, lining up, asking me for school fees and everything else. When you see I'm begging somebody for money, shame on you. My Instagram page, Addiction in Africa, is there. And I'm going to be rebranding it. I'm no longer going to be doing any Nigerian news. If you see my Twitter, it's changed. The Twitter says US News and Lifestyle. I use all that stuff to keep myself in therapy. I drink tea a lot in the afternoon. They said I should drink tea and biscuit like the British tea time and try at least to eat dinner. But one thing that's manifesting is serious anger on people that I am around. I scream and yell if something goes wrong. My mom, she's dealing with it. The people that have PTSD in the United States, those people, like those two guys that came back from the war is bad. They shot everybody to death in their jobs. I hope I don't have to shoot anybody. The one thing about PTSD doesn't manifest into suicide. I don't feel like killing myself. My brain is just worn out with flashbacks and I can't sleep. You can't treat it with drugs, but I take one drug, 5 milligrams of diazepam. I'm a pharmacist, I know. You have to take diazepam to sleep, and it's also good for muscle relaxer because diazepam has that action. My back, my body, everything just hurts. So my brain hurts. Becky's dead body. There's this guy in prison. His face was swollen. They beat him up so bad and they raped him on the men's side. There's Andy. That boy, they bit his ear off in the fight. His ears came off. One wardress was telling me, this doesn't concern us. If you bite somebody's ear off in a prison, you get a new charge. You get a new charge. In Nigerian prisons, you don't. It doesn't concern them. And then one guy, oh God, my mom's goat. Can you hear the goat? The one guy who was on death row. He was on death row and I think he got life in prison. We're gonna kill this goat. It's very loud. The guy was on death row and somebody came in awaiting trial and there was a fight. And the guy awaiting trial scattered his head. He killed him. The hole in his head, blood, you could see the brain, scattered his head. They locked down the prison that day. I saw too much in Port Harcourt prison. The nights, the burial ground where they bury inmates that have been executed. The inmates that have been executed are buried in our side, the female side. At night, you'll sit down, mosquitoes are biting you, it's dark, no fan, you're in heat. Torture. What did I do? Something the police could have investigated. Did you write this? No, I didn't. This is it, 8 pages sent to me. Instead, they just carried me. You know, it's like I'm sitting there at night, can't sleep, watching out the window. When am I going home one day? And something just flies in front of me. White, bright white thing. What's that? And then another inmate on the other side of that cell will say, hey, Kimmy, did you see it too? It was a ghost. It's a burial ground of where they kill. When they execute inmates, half of the time in Nigerian prisons, the families don't come and get them. So the one they've executed a long, long time, and the ghosts are roaming around there. At night, they come out. Spirits is what the inmates call them. I'm not together anymore. Coupled with everything going on in Nigeria, I just want to leave. It hurts me so much when you said, Linda, that Mayowa's case was a scam. It directed a lot of attention away from her campaign on GoFundMe. That the family wasted a little bit of time on that controversy and they didn't get her to South Africa on time. Mayowa died. Linda, you apologized. But remember, you apologized to mine too. You can damage brands and you don't know how bad you've damaged things. Nobody can forget. You damaged my name and my brand. And so did you do to Mayowa. So during the Mayowa stuff, I tweeted blasting you. A woman whose ovaries were messed up. Even if they cured her, she could never have kids with those kind of ovaries, cancerous. That was when Michelle, one girl called Michelle, came in. She wrote an essay. She said, oh, Auntie Kemi, please don't mention my name. You know how news is sent. That's why I don't want to do anything Nigerian anymore, because you guys don't know how news works. I'm not going to be arrested again. All your fans already said that I'm going back to prison. No. I'm going to reveal names. Michelle, you know yourself. Laura Ikeji's friend. Laura, check yourself. Laura is the town crier. She's the one that shows us Linda's house and puts it on the internet. It's not good. Security problems. As a blogger, Laura, I made money in America. I had assets. But Laura, I didn't flash mine on the internet. Fans, you can't tell what I have. But because Linda decides to show hers, doesn't mean that I don't have anything. And of course, I gotta say this. Be careful. People know where you live. People know your house, what it looks like. And people are wicked. But what I wanted to say, basically, is that a person said Linda has no uterus. She can't even have babies. Laura told me. I said, really? I know what I'm saying. I know. Her sister told me. Laura might say she didn't tell anybody any such things, but that's exactly what I heard. So I tweeted, I said, Linda, how dare you make fun of somebody whose uterus and ovaries are messed up when you don't have a uterus, you don't have a womb. What happened next was nothing. Linda doesn't reply me. I'm not expecting a reply. I just tweet. When I tweet, I don't expect anything or I post anything. Unfortunately, 2 years later, 2016, she announced that she's engaged. In April, I said to everybody, Linda is not engaged. It's a lie. She's no man. She's just trying to play some kind of script. She tells all these girls she's celibate, so she wants the right thing. Don't get me wrong, Linda. The right thing is to be engaged, get married, and have kids. I didn't do it that way. And I regret it. I don't like the fact that I'm a single mother sometimes. I love my kids. I tell my boys that. But that's the way God wanted it for me. So Linda said that. And that died down. 2 years later, Linda's pregnant. People dug out the tweet. Oh, Kemi said she had no womb. She had no uterus. Guys, remember what that came from. Mayowa. And the Olofufu that told me. Laura's friend. Because if I ask Laura, she'll deny it. That's what you're supposed to do as a news person, as a journalist. Laura, is it true that your sister has no womb? Laura will never confirm or deny it. That's what happened to that actress in the Biomi case. There were 2 actresses in that case, but you guys don't know who they were. You knew one, but you didn't know the other. If the other's name had come out, believe me, it could have sparked a major, major case here, and it could destroy this church. But I don't care about that now because that's behind me. The person that sent all the whole letter kept quiet through in the inbox after I was arrested 3 times. So is that the truth? Some people said, There might be some truth there. They might be scared. I don't care if they were scared. I went to prison. They didn't. And they kept quiet in my inbox after that. It's my past now. At the end of the day, be discreet what you tell people, Laura. A lot of people call you the town crier. Linda never said she was engaged at any time. That's what I said when I tweeted. I said, Linda's not engaged. The script. Sandra Ikeji and Laura announced it. Even the pregnancy. When I say she's not pregnant, that's a baby bump. Somebody came again. The same person. She got a moon pump from London, 290 pounds, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to see the receipt. Who has it? She does. Okay, I know you can't get to it, but how far are you sure? She goes to moon bomb, blah, blah. I'm there. Laura and Linda, be careful who enters your house. It's not a public venue. It's starting to look like that. Somebody saw something in your house and they come into my inbox and tell me. Unfortunately, I don't pay. An employee came to me and the brother said, at first they thought I was paranoid. Then they thought again and they said, Linda is not pregnant. It's a script. There's no man. I said, your brother's the employee at Linda Ikeji Media. Can I talk to him? The brother asked for money. Both of them wanted money. They said because Linda pays people to go look for dirt, so I should be paying them. What is in there for us? I posted it. It's on my page. I said, there's nothing in it for you. All I just want to know is she pregnant or not. And you said she's not pregnant. Okay, not pregnant over there. Then all these men, she's pregnant for this one, pregnant for that one. Fans were getting mad. It was getting heated up. Kemi and Linda drama. Pregnancy or no pregnancy. Pictures look funny. All this different stuff. Yes, I mocked her because she mocked me and disgraced my name with a gun. A name she tarnished. So when it started getting serious, I called Tonto up, enter the DM. Tonto is a good girl. She talks to me every day on WhatsApp, even if it's not by phone. Very respectful girl. I said, Tonto, enter the Instagram DM. We talked. After we talked, and you bloggers, once again, you're going to, Tonto blast him. Tonto did not blast me, please. I showed Tonto, I said, see the same thing they did with Shayla. Things we don't do, you'll make it fiery. Tonto said, I do my reality show there. I see Linda when I'm shooting everything. Is she pregnant? Tonto said, for me, I can't confirm, I can't deny. But let's make peace. Toyin Amaku. Oh, Toyin Abraham. Toyin, sorry. That one's like my aburo. Her title, Toyin, is Special Advisor to Kemi on bullying affairs. That's what I call her, my special advisor for bullying affairs. Toyin spent hours in that inbox when during the Shayla saga. But one thing one thing Abraham does is she loves peace. Toyin is shoveling between Ibadan and somewhere else, the whole world, but Toyin said to me, Auntie Kemi, please leave her alone. She's pregnant. I know for sure she's pregnant. I haven't posted Toyin's DMs. I said, Toyin, I'm going to post all these DMs over. Toyin's DMs are long. Toyin's DM took about 12 hours. If I have to screenshot Toyin's DM, there were almost 15 screenshots. Too much. I might post some critical ones, but it's not important now. Toyin told me that Linda is in fact pregnant and she knows Linda's man. So now, another guy from a dating service said Linda did donor sperm. There's nothing wrong with donor sperm. There's nothing wrong with IVF. I want a daughter. I've never had a daughter. I can adopt. I can even buy a baby in eastern Nigeria, which I told Linda that she'll get arrested for and she'll go to prison. Instead of her fans saying that I'll go to prison. I can buy a baby and just fly abroad with a baby or something if I want, but I won't do illegal stuff. I can adopt motherless babies home. And I can actually have donor sperm. I have frozen eggs. I've always had frozen eggs. I'm a single mother. I want a kid later. But science and religion and culture clashes all the time. So even if I'm 50, I'm 54 this year, even if I'm 60 and I want a baby, my eggs are there. So now they say she did donor sperm. There's no man in the picture. She went to rent an 11-bedroom mansion, making it look like that's my man's house that we're going to live, or this or that. And it was just too much. One lie after the other. Linda changed the caption, says Instablog Nigeria. Linda this, Linda that. Linda's fans, Kemi's fans. Everybody, it's too much. Hushpuppi wants to give me 100 million. I don't know. My goal is $260,000. I don't know how much. I think that's 95 million. I haven't seen Hushpuppi's post today, but the last thing he posted, Hushpuppi posted that, what's the time now? Hold on. It's 13:06, so that's 1:06. Hushpuppi posted a long note, and in that post, and again, bloggers again will make it like Hushpuppi blast Kemi. Hushpuppi says Kemi must apologize. Would you apologize because you want to get money? You only apologize if you've done anything wrong. Linda should apologize to me for what she said. The word languishing means rotting in jail. Now that she knows what I went through in jail, and nobody to help her, there were people to help me. They seized my passport. I spent a month, 6 weeks inside the prison, extra, just because of that passport, Linda. Where do you keep your passport? My passport was in my house in an envelope containing $50,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and $1,000. I always have emergency money, $1,000 and 50,000 naira, and everybody's passports. My oldest children haven't been to Nigeria, but I have all their baby passports, blue, American passports. And network is bad. And my boys' passports and my passports and the Nigerian passports, for those of them that have Nigerian passports, all in one envelope and in a very secure place in my room. Nobody knew where my passport was. So the prison had to put me on the phone with my mom, and my mother had to walk with the phone. Okay, go in the room, that suitcase underneath, the keys are locked, here's where the key, that's what we did to get the passport. And then she mailed it to Port Harcourt by DHL. When it came, they processed it, and then I was released. I could have been released since I was given bail in April. Meanwhile, outside, the international media was like, blogger still in prison despite giving bail 6 weeks ago. You guys didn't know what was going on. Don't say things you don't know. There was a reason I was still there. And you know Nigeria, they would never give media information. Linda said there was nobody to help me. Linda, you didn't know what was going on. They had shorties there for me, level 24. I don't even know what a level 24 employee is. I didn't grow up in Nigeria. It hurt my mother. It hurt my father. It hurt everybody when you said I was languishing in prison. About your pregnancy, whether you're pregnant or not, it doesn't matter anymore. Good luck with your baby. Good luck with your pregnancy. I told you keep your bump off the net. You wanted to show it to me. You don't have to show your bump to nobody. People show their bumps and then they lose their baby after. Wicked eyes everywhere. Linda, don't do it. You don't have to prove anything. And even if you have a baby bump, so what? Beyonce had one. Beyonce is my friend. Nigerian Tribune came to me. You know why? Everybody didn't understand why. Because I know her very well. I'm in several videos and parties and things with Beyonce. Is it because I haven't posted these things? Nigerians say, Kemi's fame's in this one and that one. You think I just snap with celebrities? I have stuff I have not even posted. I have a Mac, a white computer made by Apple that I brought from Canada. When I arrived home, a week after I arrived, the screen of the Mac went white. And the warranty had gone off. And they told me there's no Apple store to fix it in Nigeria. 5 years later now, we have Apple stores. I'm going to fix that. That's where all my good pictures are. A picture with Clinton and all these big people, Beyonce, the party, Nicki Minaj's birthday, all this stuff. And you want me to post all that so that I can show you that I'm somebody. H&M Music will show you that. Hashtag H&M Music, which I'm going to be working on more now. U.S. lifestyles news. Opinion and health journalism, no Nigerian news whatsoever, beginning today. Leave Linda alone. Leave this one. I'm going to leave everyone alone. Leave Buhari alone. Leave Shekau alone. Leave Boko Haram alone. You have enough reporters doing that. Linda, good luck with your baby. The only thing I'm apologizing for at the end of my video. Connection has gone bad here. YouTube, very bad connection. The only thing I'm apologizing for. Linda, you see this? You see the money? 10K, 2K, 6K, 12K. $1K, 2K, 5K, 12K. 100K, 200K, 50K. Thank you, Dancia, the first celebrity, a musician from Cameroon and Nigeria, who sent me $150,000. And our conversation in the inbox, I told her to post it and help me start a fundraiser. She started this. Tonto DK from Kiadishion. Sheila gave me what amounted to a child's savings. What amounted to putting 100 Naira inside a piggy bank. Thank you, Tiwa. Halima Suleiman, thank you. Miriam Mohammed Maktub, PR lady, leadership, thank you. I thank these people publicly on my pages. I thank Linda, and the only one I thanked in a video, because I wanted Linda to rise up. So Hushpuppi, when you're talking about women empowerment, you're right. We should empower each other. I started an empowerment series called hashtag HNNWomenNG. Everybody should go to Instagram and go to hashtag HNNWomenNG. You will find some videos there that I did for different celebrity women to empower others, the ones that follow them, to teach them what they do. And Linda's own was about blogging. Teach them how to blog like you. I teach blogging once a year. I just don't have the energy to do it. It's very rigorous, but it's very lucrative. There's money in blogging. I got angry. I got angry, Linda. I got angry. What I'm apologizing for is not the 100,000 that I said. How dare you? You gave me a mere 100,000. Linda, I appreciated the money you gave me. Just like I appreciated all these people here. All these pages of donations. What I'm apologizing for is I told you to come back and get your womb ritual money because somebody said you had no womb. And I said you probably used it for rituals. So come and get your 100,000. Because when you do rituals, all the money you make makes you a big rich person. I know about rituals. My father was into this crap. But their own is not always for money. Their own and the politicians is to win elections and to be powerful and all this bullshit. My father's not born again. For some of you saying that I abused my father, that's why all this stuff is happening. I did. No. I had to do that. Some of you have your parents in ritualism and cults and you don't even know it. Linda, I'm sorry. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart for saying you used your womb for rituals for that money you have. And the 100,000, thank you for that money. I thanked you in that video. Appreciate it. And everybody that sent me money in this book, thank you very much. And those of you that say I'm begging, I did public relations. It's my second degree. Fundraising is professional begging. That's the way to describe it. Some people don't have the heart to raise funds. They put it on the internet hoping everybody will donate, account numbers and everything. And some people can't. My account number is all over the internet. I don't even get donations like I'm supposed to because people hate me. So I'm appealing to you to please contribute to my GoFundMe. I'm not going to come back later and tell you it's blood money, like Hushpuppi said. I'm not going to come back and tell you that it's EFCC Yahoo money. I'm the one fighting for the Yahoo boys, by the way, because some of them are not even Yahoo boys. There's a mode of destabilizing the youth that's going on now if you're not really paying attention. They're raiding clubs, car dealerships, real estate places. They're in Benin City now, disturbing Benin City. And Magu has not answered me one time on Twitter. It's a way to lock you all up. I know what it's like in Port Harcourt prison. 4,100 men, 75 women, all youth. They're not going to be able to vote. When they lock you all up, you're not going to be able to vote. You're not going to have a PVC, so you can't overwhelmingly vote them out. Don't give up. I'm going to Twitter at HNN Africa to do my Democracy Day sermon. It's going to be rough. Because this time next year, I want to see my boy Yele Shore on that stand on Eagle Square, swearing in as president. I'm tired. I want to eat a good meal, but that comes in every now and then. Good meals are hard to come by, not because I don't have money. I lost $5 million. Guys, when I said I want to teach blogging, I said I want to teach blogging to empower women, to empower people. I said I wanted to teach monetization of social media. Featured in the Punch, I want to teach 250 women how to make money from Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp and monetize their accounts. What I got was people telling me, how can you teach people what you can make, what you don't have? You're begging all over the place. You can teach people what you don't have. It's called talent. If Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was in an accident, God forbid, but if she was in one and she couldn't walk again on the wheelchair, does that mean she can't teach a financial seminar? Please. Nigerians, stop being smart but not intelligent. You should be smart and intelligent. Hushpuppi, help me with some money. I'm doing a fundraiser for $260,000. It's going to go global because it's one of the ones that we want to put on top. We want to get it on top of the GoFundMe thing so that it can get international attention, because it's really revolving around a persecuted journalist. I shouldn't have been arrested in the first place. And I'm listening and I'm looking into legal options of what my rights are with the government. My papers are FRN versus Kemi Olunloyo, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The government should be able to take care of my health as well, but nothing is happening. Right now, I don't want to be a Nigerian anymore. That's my democracy message. I want to move back to America. I'm not going to renew my green card the third time. I'm going to apply for U.S. citizenship. I hopefully will be a U.S. citizen, and I'm not going to carry a dual citizenship. I can only be a citizen of one country, and I might just pledge my allegiance to America, the country that celebrated me and the country that gave me everything. Nigeria, I will forever love you. I've done a lot for you. I used to be a philanthropist. I don't like the word. But if you know me, those that know me, know what I did in 2009. 2008, 9, 10, 11, and even 12. Every Easter, I give Nigerians $100 each. Nigerians on my fan page, $100 each. Now, people abroad didn't get it. Only the ones back home got it. On the average, I spent 19 million. The people that got that money know themselves, Wiley and Company. I did it for 5 years. When I got to Nigeria, someone said, why am I not doing it here? I got deported from Canada. I don't have a job yet. But when I had that money, when I was a pharmacist, I used to give 19 million. Linda gives too. On that note, Linda, I'm going to hand over the blogging to you. I decided I don't want to teach the blogging anymore. I want you to do it. Empower those women and men that want to blog. I've done blogging for all my life. It's great. I can teach and make 30,000. I charge 30,000 for blogging. I was going to do it for 10 online, 5 with a PVC, but I want you to do it, Linda. teach Nigerians how to blog. Organize a seminar, then invite me as a speaker. I'll work together with you. Linda, I'm sorry that I hurt you, and I forgive you for hurting me for the past 12 years. Hushpuppi, send my alert. I'm only kidding. I may not take a penny from Hushpuppi, but what Hushpuppi did is more than what some of you could have done. It did not have to take Hushpuppi, because all I did on Sunday was a sarcastic comedian video. Just that video alone, one television station has called me. I wouldn't tell you who it is, an entertainment channel, and told me to come and do comedy. Ngwati. That's probably another opportunity, but I wouldn't be here. The doctor said it'll take me approximately 5 years to fully recover from PTSD. One thing I know I can't do is I can't fill a prescription. I make a lot of money as a pharmacist, but I can't go back into a pharmacy in America now. My mind is not there when it comes to certain things. When I'm talking, it's good therapy. I can continue talking. I did a 3-hour talk show this morning on Facebook at HNN Africa. Yeah, I'm right. Hushpuppi didn't have to do it. Any of you could have written that. But instead, I got more negativity. Many of you were making videos cursing me out. This message is for Kemi Olunlaya. I want to tell you this. Nothing was positive. Nobody even said, Auntie Kemi, please let it go. Nothing. Instead, it was all, I want to make a video for Kemi so she'll see it, so that you can be famous and all that, you can trend. That's not how to do it. Linda, keep up the good work. I'm waiting for my invitation to your blogging seminar as a speaker. I will teach monetization of blogging during Linda's blogging seminar very soon. I will teach that. And I'll bring a very, very special person with me. Hushpuppi, I'm not expecting the money, the 100 million. Everyone, if you want to donate $260,000, even if it's $1,000 or $10, donate something. I'm going to rest. It's very hard for me. Remember, if you have a mental illness, get help. Linda did a video about depression. If you go to H&M Women and H&M Women NG on Instagram, you'll see Linda's video. Get help. Congratulations, Linda, on your pregnancy. I can't confirm or deny, but I know you want a kid. I've spoken to Charlie Boy a lot. When Charlie Boy came to your office, when I went on TVC to do a Mumu Don't Do, to launch it, it was on the way to your office. I couldn't come with him. Even Freeze didn't want to get in between. Charlie Boy didn't want to get in between. Nobody wanted to get in between it. Charlie Boy said, you will both end this yourself. But Hushpuppi got in between. Hushpuppi, thank you. To my fans, thank you for supporting me. To Linda's fans, thank you for understanding. And please try to be positive and stop the negativity. To all those people that made those negative videos, social media. Social media carves a lot of hate, and you haven't met people before. I'm the nicest person you'll meet. Social media carves a lot of hate. I don't tolerate bullshit. My children know me. I'm like God to them. My kids are 31, 27, and 18. But they'll tell you what kind of person I am. The hate in social media and the bullying and all the stuff is incredible. Phenomenal. It has to stop. And it starts with me. And I'll make that change. And maybe you can make that change too. Tony Abraham, I love you. Tony, we've done this before. When you come by, I know you just left Ibadan that day. Stop by, let's do lunch. Let's just go and destroy, I said destroy. Let's go and disrupt Heritage Mall. Like what I did with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. We walked into a mall in America just to eat. We didn't say who we are, of course. They just know, oh my God, it's Kemi Olunloyo and that journalist. I'm known very well abroad. And Will Smith and Jada. I'm like, no, we're not the ones. We just look like them. We were the ones. Let's do that. Anybody? See the fans and have fun. Tony, I promise I'm not touching Nigerian stuff anymore, but I promise no more online beefs with anybody. Nobody wants to get in touch in between these things. Tonto, thank you for coming in between. Many fights in Nollywood, in the entertainment and the music business. Look what I had to deal with last weekend with Pusha T, Drake, Kanye, even Kim Kardashian. It was dirty. Duppy. I'm sure you know about Duppy, the music. Pusha and Kanye had a track, an album out. Drake responded with a track. The beef was just so hard. The whole thing got to Rhyme Fest. The rapper Rhyme Fest, who's running that Dundas house, Dr. West's house, the late mother, who was my good friend. Mrs. West will be crying in heaven when she saw all that stuff. Rhyme Fest ended up being removed by Kim. Kim was angry. The whole thing was a mess, and at the end of the day, they removed Donda West's name from the house. Dundas place. I sent a message to Kanye. I sent a message to Drake. KJ and Drake are very close. They're friends. He sends him instrumentals all day. And some of you will be asking me, why don't I ask Drake for money? Trust me, when I do the GoFundMe, who knows? I've told you about that. You don't just get tacky and be asking everybody. That's why I raise funds. I put my number there and I put my stuff, donate. If you can't donate, keep quiet. Hushpuppi, once again, thank you for getting in between this stuff when nobody else did get in between. I was just making a sarcastic video line that was funny. I hope you understand Yoruba. Ushi. Fight over. Ceasefire. Linda, take care. Good luck. Great article on CNN. Hushpuppi, enjoy. We'll see sometimes. Bye, everybody. Kemi Olunloyo, Ibadan, Nigeria. The 29th of May, Democracy Day 2018. Have a good one.